All right, welcome. Today we're going to pull back the curtain on a really cool secret about language, how we can build huge, complex ideas from the absolute simplest parts. And our journey starts with just a number. Okay, so take a look at this. 850. What do you think that is? A year? Some kind of code? Well, it's actually a challenge.
I mean, really think about that for a second. The average English speaker knows tens of thousands of words. But what if you only had 850? It sounds kind of crazy, but back in the 1930s, a system called Basic English proposed that this is pretty much all you need for clear communication anywhere in the world. And believe it or not, our key to unpacking this whole idea, it's just one super common word.
So, that list? It's officially called the Basic English 850 list, or BE 850 for short. You can think of it as this super exclusive club of words. Every single one was hand-picked because it does a ton of heavy lifting. And our word for today, land, well, it's a VIP member.
So why land? I mean, it seems so basic. But that is exactly the point. We're going to put this one little word under a microscope to see just how hard it works, how it carries the weight of so many different ideas. And that's exactly what a word needs to do to get a spot on that essential list of 850.
Okay, first up, let's talk about land as a noun. When it's a thing, a concept, or a place. This is the definition we all learn first, but trust me, it's just the tip of the iceberg. So here it is, the most fundamental meaning of all. It's the ground under our feet, the solid bit of our planet. Super simple, right? It's concrete, it's universal, it doesn't matter where you're from, you get this.
And this sentence just nails it, doesn't it? We're talking about the entire planet here, geology, geography, the whole deal. It's a massive, planetary scale concept, all packed into one tiny four-letter word. How efficient is that? But it doesn't stop there. The word starts to grow. We go from just the ground to something bigger, a place with borders, a culture, a government. When we say homeland or a foreign land, suddenly this simple word is carrying all this political and, emotional meaning.
And then we've got this third meaning, which brings it all down to a much more human scale. This is land as in property, something you can own, something you can build on, something you can use. It's all about resources.
Yeah, this example says it all. Now, the word is about economics, about ownership, about personal space. So just think about that. As a noun alone, this one word covers geology, politics, and economics. Pretty incredible, right? But that's only half the story.
Okay, so this is where things get really interesting. We've been talking about land as a thing, a place, something that just is. But it has this whole other personality. It can also be a dynamic action. And it's this dual identity, this amazing flexibility that makes it so valuable.
All right, let's totally switch gears now. Let's look at land, the verb, the action word. This is all about movement, about arriving somewhere, about the end of a journey.
I love this example. It's so active, you can almost see it happening, right? Landed on his feet. It's that final moment of coming down from the air, of making contact with the ground. It perfectly captures the end of that jump.
And get this, even as a verb, it's flexible. You can say, the plane landed. The plane is doing the action all by itself. But you can also say, the pilot landed the plane. Now, someone else is doing the action to the plane. So this one little verb can describe something happening on its own, or an action being done by somebody. That's pretty cool. Okay, so let's recap. We've seen land as a place, a country, a piece of property, and an action. So now let's put all the pieces together and really understand why this simple word is such a linguistic powerhouse.
And here it is, the big takeaway. The whole point of Basic English isn't to make you sound simple. It's to be incredibly efficient. It's about choosing words that are like a Swiss Army knife. A word like land can do the job of 5, 6, maybe even more specific words. It lets you build these really big, complex thoughts with a very small toolkit.
So let's just run through the incredible range of this one four-letter word one last time. It can mean the physical ground we stand on, a whole country, a piece of property, the simple act of arriving, and even the act of causing something to arrive. Each of these ideas could have its own separate, more complicated word, but land, it handles them all. Now that is true power in language.
And that really brings us to the big idea here. It makes you think, doesn't it? If one little word like land can do all of this, What other simple words are hiding in plain sight, doing an incredible amount of work every day? So I'll leave you with this question. What's the most powerful, simple word you know?
Thanks for joining me.